obviously you're going to have tonight to choose between various candidates. I'm going to take just a minute to talk about a couple of big differences between the candidates, and then I'm going to talk about the really big difference. I mean, if somebody said to me, what's my #1 qualification for being president, it would be that I am not Barack Obama. Let me very briefly deal with my two colleagues that I'm most competing with. Many of you probably from your childhood remember this. This is an Etch-a-Sketch. Appropriate for children, not for the presidency. And I think that it was, how many of you heard about the comment by Romney's communications director that the campaigning was like an Etch-a-Sketch after the primary? You would just shake it and it would all go away and you could start over again. The reason that mattered was not that it was a fairly dumb thing to say, particularly for a communications director, but the reason it mattered was it triggered a reminder of everything about Romney flip-flop. There are 3 other major places I disagree with Senator Trump, and I've known him a long time. I think of him as a good friend. First, he voted against national right-to-work law. I happen to think we need right-to-work laws, and as I watch your teachers illegally striking, I'm reminded why we need right-to-work laws and why they don't also apply to government employees. And so I think that's a big difference, too. When I was Speaker, we balanced the budget for 4 years. When he was in the leadership, they ran up $1.7 trillion in new debt, and they paid for the bridge to nowhere. 3, I helped design campaigns that won huge elections. I was involved in the 1980 Reagan campaign. We won control of the Senate, carried more states than Franklin Roosevelt carried against Herbert Hoover. I do not care how much money Barack Obama's campaign has. The fact is, he can't buy enough ads to convince you that gasoline is cheap. And every time you drive by a gas station, you'll know that what he's saying is not true. Now, the newest announcement he had was that we were going to build the Keystone Pipeline as long as it didn't go to Canada. Now, this is the first time in American history that a president has announced a pipeline to nowhere. And it's an absurdity. And this is what happened. You may have remembered that 2 weeks ago I'd gotten under the president's skin. I've been talking about $2.50 a gallon, and I've been really hammering away at the idea that we want an American energy policy, because we want to be the #1 oil producer in the world, because we do not want any American president ever again to bow to the Saudi kingdom. The leading Saudi religious cleric said yesterday they should destroy every Christian church on the Arabian Peninsula. This is not a country we should be favoring. This is a country we should work to get independent of as rapidly as possible, and we should take that money, we should put it in the United States, we should drill here, we should drill now, we should pay less, and we should say to the Saudi Arabians and everybody else in the Middle East, you're going to have a problem because the United States is going to become the largest oil-producing country in the world, and we are going to be able to act without any regard to you trying to blackmail us, because the time has come for the United States to reassert that we are going to be the #1 power in the world, and when we do, we're going to be able to ignore the Saudis and pay off the Chinese. We're going to become a country that is debt-free, because we'll create millions of new jobs right here at home. That's how big the difference is between a Gingrich presidency and an Obama presidency.